This is One on One. We are honored to be joined by Grammy Award-nominated, multi-platinum R&B pop recording artist and actress. I mean, you are the best, Deborah Cox.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. By the way, as we talk about this right now, you are in the Bodyguard.
Yes,
National
the Bodyguard
tour over
musical,
at Paper Mill Playhouse over in Jersey, Milburn?
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, it's a big, big show. We just had our opening night, and it's just been an amazing experience. For me as a recording artist, an actress, singer, I get a chance to do everything in this show. It's an emotional roller coaster. I have an amazing cast that is there to support as well. Well, I think because the role is such a heavy role. You know, the story is of a superstar who's being stalked.
Whitney Houston.
With all the music of Whitney Houston and
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner, yes.
What was here? Was it 1990?
Early 90s, yeah, 92.
Yeah.
When I think of that film, I think of myself coming into this industry for the very first time, stepping my foot into it and going, maybe I can do this, you know, and later being signed to Arista Records by Clive Davis, being a label mate with Whitney Houston. I feel like this has come full circle for me. And so every night I'm up there, you know, just celebrating her in my own way and paying homage to her, because had it not been for her and her music and her legacy, I wouldn't be here as a musician.
You feel that way?
I do, absolutely. Why? We became good friends while at Arista, doing a lot of award shows and stuff together. Ultimately, we got the opportunity to work together in the studio and record a duet called Same Script, Different Cast. And I remember our little conversations in the studio. You know, she was like, you know, make sure you have balance in your life. You have a wonderful partner. I'm married now. I have an amazing husband, 3 children. And those were the things that I remember her emphasizing, was making sure that that was intact. And you know, the business is fun and all of this other stuff is good, but it's also good to have that foundation. And so I always remembered that, and that stayed with me. And so throughout my career, I've made that a priority. And so it's brought me here to this place where I have balance, a career and family, and doing what I love to do.
Oh, how old are your kids?
I have a 13-year-old, 10-year-old, and 7-year-old, boy and 2 girls. Wow. They're not thrilled that I'm on the road, but we make it work.
They understand?
Yeah. My whole, I mean, we discussed it long before, you know, and so it was important for me that it was good with them first, you know, that they have to share mommy with the world. And they're kind of used to it. They've grown up in this business, so they know. They've been on the road with me, so it's a balancing act.
I'm curious about this. When I remember the first CD of yours I got.
Yeah.
And I heard the voice, your voice, for the first time. I thought, what a gift. When did you know you had a gift?
Probably around 7, 8 years old, but I was painfully shy. I wouldn't sing in front of anybody.
Really?
Yeah. I would sing in the closet. I mean, I couldn't, I just couldn't sing in front of people. Like, I just felt like it just really awkward. So over time, doing shows, doing commercial jingles, being in the business, it helped me sort of come out of my shell. And acting really helped me too. It was very, very therapeutic, acting. So I have these methods that I use to just help me get out there and just be a complete extrovert.
Who was the person that first saw you and said, she's going to be big, I believe in her?
It was Clive Davis.
It was Clive Davis?
Yeah, it was Clive Davis.
How old were you?
I was 19. I was 19, and when I got signed, when I finally put the record out, I was 21. And so I was just like I had deer in headlights. It was just like, I was just in awe of this whole business and the way that things rang. I didn't know, and I didn't really understand how political this business is.
Define political.
There's a lot of things that you can do if you want a lot of fame, and there's a lot of things that you don't do if you want to have wealth. So you have to know the right people, have a great inner circle that keep you grounded, that inform you of what to do, what not to do, and to stay clear of the drama, which I've managed to do. And I think a huge, testament to that was Clive really believing in me and shielding me from all the cray-cray stuff.
That is so interesting.
Yeah.
So, the Bodyguard.
Allowing me to be an artist without having to take off my clothes, having to do this. He loved and respected me as an artist, as a singer, as a musician, and allowed me to be just that.
Pure.
Sing great songs, sing hit songs. Paired me up with the greatest songwriters, the greatest producers. We got 2 #1 records out of it,
You performed with Bocelli, David
Yes.
Foster, B.B. Winans,
Yeah.
the Isley Brothers,
Yeah,
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper,
Kirk
Whitney
Franklin,
Houston, just
excuse me.
a long list of legends and amazing people who are just amazing in this business. And I've had the opportunity to work with them all. And because of Clive's tutelage and being a part of his camp, I was exposed to all of that at a very early age.
Talk a little bit about preparing for The Bodyguard. I mean, other than having this connection to Whitney Houston and her influencing you so deeply early on in your career, describe getting ready for this, preparing for it.
Well, I think, musical theater has always been in my blood. I came up doing that. A lot of people don't know that that's what I started doing before even becoming a recording artist, being in different productions, The Wiz, Mom, I Want to Sing, The Pajama Game, different things like that. Then when I did Broadway, I came in early 2000s. I did Aida on Broadway. I did Jekyll and Hyde on Broadway. I did a lot of acting things. And again, as an artist, that's what fuels me. That's what propels me. It's something that I'm passionate about. And it has to be integral for me to really just, shed everything and throw myself and dive into it. So this was one of those roles. It's an adaptation of the film, but it's on the stage, which makes it a very different experience, So I just jumped at the opportunity. Yes.
Singing, dancing, all of it.
Dancing, acting, and just pouring myself into this role.
Describe the physical part.
It's a very physically demanding role. There's salsa dancing, there's modern, there's jazz, there's, again, I'm on stage probably 90% of the time. So if I'm not on stage, I'm changing. I'm in between scenes. It's a really, really heavy load. But I love the music. I love the story. I'm a sucker for romance and a tragic love story, which this falls under. So
describe. So many people have come and sit in that seat who have performed here on Broadway, off Broadway, where you are, Paper Mill, and you know this town, you know Broadway better than most. Mm-hmm. The reaction that you get from the audience response. That for me is the cherry on top.
That's it? Yeah. I love, don't get me wrong, I love recording. I love doing film and television, but for me, the live experience, the exchange with the audience, it's like a dance, It's a different audience every single night. You're hearing their response and their reaction to the scenes. They're just so invested and engaged in the story, and you are right there with them, and they're right there with you. Mm. So that's what I love the most about this whole thing.
The other thing I know you love is making a difference, the LGBT community, making a difference. Talk about it.
Yeah, the LGBT community has been, we've had this marriage for so long, and there have been a lot of people in my life who have come out, who were afraid to come out, and have found that my music has been a part of their journey in discovering themselves and being their authentic self. And so I find myself very connected with that community for years now, before it was en vogue or before it was, so I take that very, very, it's a humbling for me to know that music has just created this amazing connection with that audience and that community.
Last questions. Last question. 1 to 10, scale from 1 to 10, how much do you love what you do?
Oh, it's definitely a 10.
Easy, 10.
Easy?
No, easily a 10.
Easily a 10. I love what I do. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't love it.
Well, Audiences are going to love you and the Bodyguard over
Thank
at the
you.
Paper Mill. It is over in Jersey, and we wish you nothing but the best. And I thank you for
so
joining
much.
us here, and then across the country after that.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One on One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. This special edition of One on One with Steve Adubato is brought to you from the Tisch WNET studios at Lincoln Center. Funding has been provided by Holy Name Medical Center in Teaneck, New Jersey. Healing begins here. Berkeley College, TD Bank, Rowan University, New Jersey Resources, Fedway Associates, and by Gary's Wine and Marketplace. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.